Hello and welcome to Cargo Shots from the Stat Trade Times, powered by Group Concorde.
This is Malika Mishra and you're watching Cargo Shots, where we bring you the top headlines of the week. Cathay delivers the future with next-generation freighter order. Cathay Cargo announced its selection of the next-generation Airbus A350 freighter to meet its future fleet requirements. Cathay has placed an initial firm order with Airbus for 6 aircraft and has secured the right to acquire 20 more aircraft. The delivery of these aircraft to Cathay Cargo will commence from 2027, thus further providing greater cargo connectivity between Hong Kong, the Chinese mainland, and the rest of the world. The purchase agreement brings the Cathay Group's new aircraft deliveries to 77. Cathay Cargo has a freighter fleet of 20 Boeing 747 freighters. It is also important to note that Airbus has so far 39 firm orders for the A350 freighter, which will be a derivative of the A350-1000 passenger aircraft. The top customers include Singapore Airlines and Etihad Airways. Airbus announced that the delivery of its first A350 freighter will be delayed by a few months, and now it will take place in early 2026. Cargo revenues seen declining to $111 billion in 2024 as per IATA. Cargo revenues of the airline industry are expected to fall to $111 billion in 2024. This is sharply down from an extraordinary peak of $210 billion in 2021, but slightly above 2019 revenues of $101 billion. According to the latest update from the International Air Transport Association, cargo volumes are expected to be 58 million tons and 61 million tons in 2023 and 2024 respectively. Speaking of yields, they are expected to further correct towards pre-pandemic levels with a 32.2% decline in 2023, followed by a 20.9% decline expected in 2024. They will, however, remain high by historical standards. Overall industry cargo ton kilometers are expected to remain below 2022 levels in 2023, with a forecast of 4.5% growth in 2024. On the other hand, cargo capacity measured in available cargo ton kilometers expanded consistently since the beginning of 2023, driven mostly by the resurgence of passenger aircraft belly hold capacity on international routes. UPS and Hong Kong International Airport signed deal. New York Stock Exchange listed UPS and the Hong Kong Airport Authority entered an agreement to improve service to UPS customers and enhance the company's operations in Asia with a new hub at the Hong Kong International Airport and near the Hong Kong Zhuhai Macau Bridge. The new hub will serve as UPS Hong Kong's main facility for processing and sorting imports and exports and transshipments to and from Europe, the US, and other parts of Asia. The facility is being designed to handle close to 1 million tons of annual capacity and is expected to be completed by 2028. It will be built on a land parcel of 20,000 square meters with direct access to aircraft. Japan Airlines set to launch dedicated freight operations in February 2024. Japan Airlines announced that it will start dedicated freighter operations in February 2024, initially serving a network of locations around North Asia. The airline will commence service with a Boeing 767-300ER, a converted aircraft that was previously used for passenger services by the Tokyo-based carrier. Additionally, the airline will receive 2 additional 767-300 freighters as part of its tactical expansion plans. It will operate its air freighter service from Tokyo and Nagoya in Japan to Taipei, Seoul, and Shanghai. In May 2023, the airline announced its decision to introduce 3 Boeing 767-300ER freighters. This move marked a significant development for the airline, coming after a gap of 13 years. Lufthansa Cargo adds 4th A321 freighter. The 4th A321 freighter has been operating in Lufthansa Cargo's network with effect from November, making a significant contribution to the cargo's carrier's expansion plans. With 14 pallet and container positions on the main deck and 10 on the lower deck, the twin-engine medium-haul aircraft has a total payload of 28 tons each. The freighter has already made its first flights to Istanbul, Helsinki, Stockholm, Birmingham, Dublin, Casablanca, Copenhagen, and Madrid. Lufthansa added 2 new destinations in its winter schedule, which are Amman and Stockholm. In addition to the expanded A321 freighter service on short and medium-haul routes, Lufthansa Cargo markets the belly capacities of more than 6,000 flights operated by Lufthansa, Austrian Airlines, Brussels Airlines, Discover Airlines, and SunExpress. Respol to supply SAF to Atlas Air, Inditex. Respol, a multi-energy company, has begun supplying sustainable aviation fuel to Atlas Air for use in all its flights with its customer Inditex from Zaragoza Airport in Spain. Since the beginning of November, Atlas Air has started to incorporate 5% SAF in all its flights. Quite interestingly, the agreement makes New York-based Atlas Air the first cargo airline to use SAF regularly on its cargo flights in Spain. Respol will start its first plant dedicated exclusively to the production of advanced biofuels in the Iberian Peninsula. It has invested more than 200 million euros in the construction of the plant. With an estimated production capacity of 250,000 tons of SAF and renewable diesel per year, it will reduce 900,000 tons of carbon dioxide yearly. Reliable Robotics makes history with fully automated cargo flight. You heard that right. With no one on board, Reliable Robotics, a US-based startup in aircraft automation systems, announced a significant milestone with last month's fully automated successful flight of a Cessna 208B Caravan. A remote pilot supervised the uncrewed aircraft from Reliable's control center, which was 50 miles away. The flight took off from Hollister Municipal Airport in California and flew autonomously for about 12 minutes, handling taxiing, takeoff, flying in a pattern, and landing. The Cessna Caravan is designed and manufactured by Textron Aviation. Moreover, Reliable and the US Air Force are jointly examining how this commercially developed technology might be applied to large multi-engine aircraft for missions such as aerial refueling, cargo logistics, and other applications. In September 2020, FedEx announced that it is working with Reliable Robotics to pilot the use of an unmanned single-engine aircraft for cargo delivery. In fact, FedEx is the registered owner of the Cessna 208 Caravan used in fully autonomous test flight. It is in July that the Federal Aviation Administration formally accepted Reliable's Autonomous Flight System certification plan. And now, before we end today's episode, we would like to give you a glimpse of the 7th edition of the Auto SCM Summit 2023 that was held on December 5 at Sheraton Grand in Pune. Key issues faced by the supply chain heads of automotive OEMs and component manufacturers were discussed by various industry experts and representatives from India and overseas. The one-day conference saw over 100 participants with 4 business sessions covering the supply chain impact on automotive retailing, the component industry's transformation to EVs, technology interventions, and the future of the just-in-time supply chain model. Besides, there were 4 very interesting presentations too. The Auto SCM Summit 2023 was presented by Frankfurt Airport along with Daxer as supporting partner and Hong Kong Air Cargo Terminals Hactel as sustainability partner. For those of you who missed the summit in person, check our social media handles for more information and a deep dive. With that note, those were the top stories of the week we handpicked for you. To keep yourself updated with the latest news from the world of air cargo and logistics, stay tuned to our YouTube channel. Thank you for watching. See you next week for yet another weekly brush up.